people who haven't paid their taxes.
Now, my most important question. When Alabama plays Auburn in football, who do you root for?
Watch out.
Well, I've got two Auburn graduates. Well, I've got the Auburn graduate over here, and I'm an Auburn graduate who went to law school at Alabama and represented the university, but I'm all Auburn.
Are you all Auburn?
That great rivalry, the University of Montana and Auburn, I particularly enjoy watching.
Well, we're just glad to give y'all back Coach Harsin, I'll say that.
Senator Rounds.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Otska, and if I'm mispronouncing your name, it's the chairman's fault, okay? Thank you again for your service to this committee as a member of the chairman's team. I wanted to build off some of the comments that I made in my opening statement and our discussion the other day. It is critical that credit unions be able to serve farms as a part of the economy and that regulators not stand in the way of that happening. Do you believe agriculture is a climate issue?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Senator, and thank you for the discussion that we had. It was really great to visit in your office. I think agriculture is a critical part of our economy, and agricultural lending is a critical part of the economy. I think credit unions that serve agricultural communities, they understand the risks of the industry, they know the industry well, and they know how to manage those risks. And I think that's ultimately what needs to be assessed when regulators make sure that credit unions are engaging in safe and sound practices. I don't think they should be in the business of telling credit unions that they can't lend to ranchers or farmers, as long as those credit unions are managing those risks appropriately and following the law.
Okay. So if confirmed, you will commit to working with stakeholders in the ag community to preserve their access to capital?
If confirmed, Senator, yes.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Fain, if confirmed, it is critical that you be completely independent and vigorous in your auditing and investigatory work at the FDIC to hold partisan regulators accountable. The FDIC IG played a critical role when the FDIC under Chairman Greenberg improperly sought to pressure banks to cut off access to credit to companies they deemed to be politically unfavorable, such as firearm and energy businesses. Ms. Fain, if confirmed as the FDIC IG, would you commit to being independent and vigorous in your audits and investigations into the activities of the FDIC?
Thank you, Senator, for the question. And absolutely, I would commit to being vigorous and independent in the oversight work of the FDIC OIG. And I am familiar with the Operation Chokehold issue and certainly the work of the IG. And if confirmed, I would be interested in learning more about the agency's policies in advancing the safety and soundness of the financial system, and would certainly be welcome to follow up with you and your staff to discuss any of your concerns.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and we'll take you up on that offer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Ueda, thank you again for being here and for your service. You've been an SEC commissioner now for the last year. As I noted in my opening statement, the SEC has issued dozens of rulemakings over the last 3 years. If finalized, these rulemakings will have overlapping implementation timelines and often affecting the same or interconnected financial products and market sectors. Commissioner Ueda, I would hope that you would agree that when conducting rulemaking, the Commission should consider known economic impacts, including the cumulative impact of concurrent rulemakings. Would you agree, sir?
Senator, yes, I agree. Each individual rulemaking is not in itself in a vacuum, but operates and interacts with many other rules. And we really need to think, especially when we're making a lot of other changes at the same time, how they all interact together to pursue our goal of investor protection, fair, orderly, and efficient markets, and facilitating capital formation.
Thank you. How do you weigh the benefits of a proposed rule against its cost, specifically if the rule might have an outsized impact on small businesses and emerging fund managers?
That is a very, very important issue. That is one that I have pressed. One of the most important things I think we can do for smaller investment advisors and smaller broker-dealers is give them a longer period to comply. Many times when you do a rule, there are a lot of details that still remain to be worked out. It's much easier for those smaller entities to comply if those issues have already been solved, especially by those who have much more resources to work to come to solutions with the staff.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Rounds. So let's get a two-part question. You started your career at FDIC, Independent Financial